Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. If you guys haven't seen Battletech before, this is the general premise. You are a mercenary being contracted, and you get to choose your own characters, etc. Now, instead of taking that one, that is running my AC-10s, but this has got more firepower and more movement. That one's gonna have more higher range, but as you can see, significantly weaker than the catapult. Well, the catapult's significantly weaker. Sniper mech, not anything else. You really want to keep them with long range weaponry like PPCs or AC-10s. Um, Whereas everything else can take a bit more of a punch. The dragon is weaker in general, but it does tend to deal out a lot more damage a lot more quickly. I'll be piloting a Highlander, which is a 90-ton mech, which has a lot of weaponry and a lot of ammo, so it can be sustain itself in a fight for a very long time. So let's get this started. All right, so let's see how it goes. Alrighty. So let our forces to the position where we can get better observe the enemy movements and get eyes on the facility. Should be fairly straightforward. Um, Move my mechs forward enough so they can get eyes, and then slowly keep moving them forward to take out whatever is defending, whether it be turrets or otherwise. Now, because 3 out of 4 of my mechs are heavies, they can move further than the Highlander can, which is why he is still back here. So, hopefully it goes alright. I'm still getting the hang of this game. I'm not perfect at it, far from it, but I'm getting there. I'm hoping anyway. Enemy turret's there, so if I can get it to there. Anyway, damn, it's no way you can't see. Let me move you there. You should be able to hit it. You're a sniper. So this is actually a nighttime one, which I haven't actually done a nighttime mission before. So this could be very interesting. I'm going to turn the sound down just a little bit. Actually, no, it should be alright. You guys, if you can't hear me, just let me know and I'll change the sound up. Alright, so you can see that, which is fine. Really do a lot of damage, but there's a point where you just slowly gotta start slowly weighting them down a little bit. I got Paradise to shoot first. He's got PPCs, which do hopefully enough damage to at least down its armor. Oh, we're not though, knowing my luck. This game also is running off luck and numbers and stuff, and if you guys know me all that well, then you know that that is never a good thing for me. I mean, it's an interesting game. A lot of good premises behind it. Um, a game that this is one I thoroughly enjoy. It does take a while though, so even doing one mission can take 45 odd minutes, depending on how it goes for you. Now, I don't really want to be using the AC-20, but I will. I'll use that in small laser just in case. Perfect. Alright, so now it's time for the assault mech. So the other ones, they get it's sort of like an initiative system if you've played D&D. You've got each tier. The lighter your mech, the further up it goes, so it gets the first shot. The bigger your mech, the less like you don't get the choice to go first. They do. So the lighter you are, the more you get to move first. The heavier you are, you don't get to move first so much. So I'm gonna sprint the Highlander because, as you saw there, in smaller movements he can only move to about here, but with sprinting he can move a bit further. So let's try and move the quick draw, admittedly into the line of sight of the enemy turret. It's a heavy laser turret, so I really don't want to be keeping him involved in that fight for too long. So I'll try and get as much damage off as I can. Because as I said, you gotta take down that bar before you can even start doing damage to the actual turret itself. So it does make it a bit more interesting, and you've got to position yourself quite well, which can be a bit of a bitch sometimes. Considering if there are reinforcements, you don't know where they're coming from, and it can add a very frustrating element. There we go. Alrighty. So, because the dragon in itself is a very close range mech, the way that I've built it. So it prefers to get in close with these things, but I'm not sure where the enemy mechs come from. They could come from any direction, so I'd rather not have to move it up too close, but I am going to have to get some mechs in a bit closer in a second anyway, so I'll move that there. Keep two mechs on one side and another mech on the other. Yeah, I've had a good view on it for a while. Gun emplacements, turrets, bust, because they are online. Yep. So, probably not going to be enough damage to destroy the turret, but I can at least do a bit of damage to it. And it also gives a sightline for my Highlander. The Highlander can't, like, full blown see it and hit it, but it does have a missile system, long range missiles that can hit it from where it's currently at, so it's a bit more useful that way. So I'll use my missiles to hopefully destroy it. Ah, come on, that's just not fair. No, it wasn't as bad as the damage as it usually does, so I'm pretty alright with that. I always put two weapon systems on fights, especially when it's a 95% chance, because knowing my damn luck, it will fail. I only use one weapon, so keeping in using two makes it a bit easier for me. Now I want to try and bunch my mechs up again if I can, so I'm going to move Paradise over to my group and then put him into defense. Because that is the last turret I got to deal with now. So that side's clear. Now the enemy gets to shoot. Oh, it's not a fun one. So it didn't do overly too much damage, which is a nice thing, but sometimes it can just absolutely shred through whatever you throw out in front of it, so you try not to give it that many choices. Now Ghost Rifle does 75 damage. Sadly, it has a bit more than that, so we got to use the LRMs. So I got to use a bit of ammo on this, but hopefully it'll be destroyed at the end of this anyway. So, which it is, which is good. Now, as I said, I want to group my mechs up first before I do anything else. I want to put them into relatively good positions. I'm going to brace him there. That way I've got the right side covered at least. I've got 3 mechs in a nice tight formation, keeping the enemy away. Bingo. That's what I'm looking for. So what have I got? 165-ton mech. Oh, that's just a random 60. Okay, so we got a quick draw, an unknown, and something else. Another 65-ton mech. So, see how up here, how it's 2 and 2? So they've got the same amount of turns as my heavy mechs do. So they all move in the round 2 as well as I do. So I'm gonna put the dragon there because it doesn't have as much armor. We put it there. At least give it some buildings for cover. Because the enemies miss even slightly, they can hopefully destroy buildings. There's not a very good percentage rate, and I have ammo on the only thing there that's slightly useful. So I'll put him into brace because it makes them harder to hit, and also makes them take less damage. Ah, we got a thunderbolt. Brilliant. They've got quite a large amount of armor, but overall not too bad. Either which way I gotta use my LRMs here unless I move him. I'm gonna move to quick draw. Sadly, bracing a mech, depending on the pilot, takes can take up a whole turn. So I can either attack right now or brace. Um, so I'm actually gonna take this round to hopefully brace all my mechs in a decent position, getting them into fun spots anyway. So apologize about the Facebook notification. I forgot to close Facebook. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so you see there how if I shoot all those weapons at once, it'll spike the heat quite a bit. I take 2 off and it drops it. So because they're above 50%, I'm going to use them on him, especially because it's 90% chance. So I'm going to pop those off. Because he's a ranged fighter. So at least he can do something. Now, he can move after he shoots. Most mechs can't, so they can either move and shoot. Typically, shooting is the end of a round for them. But because of the certain way this pilot is skilled, he can. So I've finished with my mechs this turn, so I'm going to end it. So we do have a 75-ton mech coming in, which is the only thing that can potentially take out the Highlander. It's still going to take a lot to do so. I'm not overly worried right about now. So we got 2 Thunderbolts, which is a bit of an annoyance, because they are quite heavily armored and typically have a fair amount of weaponry. And for some reason, they're like picking on my catapults, so I'm gonna move him back on my next turn. Actually, I'm gonna move the Highlander there behind the building slightly. On my next turn, I'll move him. So, as you can see, there's a 95% chance on every single shot there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hopefully try and take him out in one shot. It typically doesn't work that way, but if I can do it, it's great. I'm going to aim all for his center torso. Hopefully it hits it all. I doubt it. No, but I did get his right arm destroyed, and that is a lot of LRMs to hit him. So, thank you, Tropical, for the lovely comments. Please uninstall your YouTube and have a nice day. Alright. Oh, great. And Orion. Those things take a lot of punishment. A lot of it. So, gotta be careful with them. Gotta move him, because that's gonna get him killed soon. Well, he's out of the next round, which is useful. So I missed by hitting thin air, so rude. The enemy Thunderbolt got back up and around. That's the first. That's all he'll be able to do for this turn, hopefully. No, he's able to shoot as well. His pilot must be a bit more skilled out. I'm going to do a precision strike again on the other Thunderbolt. Hopefully go for the center torso again. Hopefully try and open it up a little bit. Do a bit more damage. Oh, sweet. So, I critted him enough to the point where there was an ammo explosion, which an ammo explosion sends out a chain reaction throughout his, well, ammunition in his mech, and can actually blow him up from the inside out, which is what just happened there. So he's shooting in jetpacking closer? How much armor? Do some damage. Won't kill it, but I don't know why the enemy Thunderbolt's getting so close. It might be trying to get an angle on the. Nah, it's trying to overheat my Highlander. That's what it's trying to do. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna move my dragon to the front line. Hopefully, we get her a better shot at this point. So I'm hopefully just gonna try blow a fair amount of damage up on this one. So I know. As per usual, my guys can't hit shit. So that's always fun. Right. That. So he's gonna go first next round anyway now, so that's always useful. Now they're both fairly damaged, so I'm gonna leave them alone and I'm gonna go for the Orion. Hopefully do a bit of damage to him because he's gonna be the biggest one to deal with. Hopefully gonna do a fair amount of damage to him. Hopefully get him to fall soon. Anyone you can hit. Move. You're really focusing on the Highlander, which in this case is a good thing because it has a lot of armor. But I'm really kind of hoping they'd stop focusing on him, so I'm going to move my quick draw in front. It hasn't taken a lot of damage. A little bit to the legs, so I'm going to get this one to unload into the other quick draw. Hopefully it can do a bit of damage. I'm still shooting that arm, which is not good for me. Been saying armor low for the last 5 minutes, I know this, thank you. I'm going to move the guy else up again, see if I can try and block out a bit more. So, I'm going to take a shot at this guy, hopefully try and put him down. I don't want to overheat myself whilst I'm doing so, so I'm just going to use this, shoot him once, hopefully it does a little bit of damage to something. So he should be fairly damaged now. Don't know what this quick draw is doing. Evidently he's coming to punch my Highlander, which is not a very smart idea. It is a very big mech. So, I don't know what the fuck it's thinking. I get the feeling what it's trying to do is trying to get me to shift focus, but I'm not going to. I need to focus on getting this thing weakened. At least get the bastard to fall over. Now it's even moving back, so I don't know what it's smoking. It's smoking something. So I'll get the do a multi-strike. 1, 2. Turn off the LRMs. And 2 on each. Hopefully that'll do enough damage to either one of them to kill one. Surprised, I thought that would do at least something to it. Okay, that did a bit of damage to at least to the quick draw. The quick draw lost a few of its weapons there, which is always useful. I don't know what the Thunderbolt's doing now. It might... it's moving to shoot the catapult. I know it did. Oh. We get the catapult to move, hopefully behind the friends again, because it's opened up, so that's why it's got the orange. I don't know, I got that arm open. That guy's actually overheating himself trying to take out the. Oh, they're trying to blow up my Gauss rifle. That's not a very good thing. So that's. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna move you slightly. I can do a multi-shot on both of them. Now, I'm gonna shoot the quick draw with that, but I'm gonna use that on B. Hopefully that's enough to kill at least one of them. Alright, there's one dead. And hopefully the other one dies too. Yes, perfect. So now all I gotta kill now is the Orion, which is useful. I'm gonna precision strike its center torso. Hopefully it does enough damage, because its armor shouldn't be able to withstand all of that ammo being shot at it, but it could. So we'll find out one way or another. The thing is, I actually need all my mechs to cool down, so I'm gonna all of them except for this guy. This guy's actually relatively alright for heat. I'm gonna move him, and then I'm gonna get him to shoot him. As you can see, the actual heat effects coming off the back of the mechs is getting too warm, and the more blurry and red, like he is, the worse it is. He's making a move. I don't know where he's running away. Hmm. He's not making this easy for me, but he is overheating himself, so the longer he keeps that up, the more likely it's going to kill him. So I am just going to go, hopefully, end his life with the CT shot. So hopefully that's enough damage to do it. I don't think it really is, but I've still got more mechs I can use to shoot him with anyway, so that'll cook my mech, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to shoot one PVC at him, finish his move, last person. Sadly, I can't get a precision strike off, but hopefully. God damn, this thing is not going down. Actually, it should fall over now, because we've been... Yeah, there it is. It's going to fall over. Now, the last shot goes to him. I'm going to get him to alpha it, because I don't feel like it's overkill enough. Alright, the research station is under our control, Commander. We are ready to send the extraction ships for you and the scientists. Sit tight, I think Davion will be pleased with the results. Okay, so I thought there were going to be more of a another fight coming up. That's why when you're done with an engagement, you've got to be careful because it can end badly if you don't anticipate another fight. So that one I got a fair amount of money from it, which is nice. Sadly, I got to put both of them in the mech lab, but I don't have to put anybody in the hospital, which is always the best thing. Take that. Now you see these ones how there's like triple pluses and stuff like that. The heat sinks don't really matter all that much, but the weapons with the pluses have increased damage or crit. So I can get a +2, which gives it 10 damage more, so it does 35 instead of 25. Or I can get this, which is 50% to crit. Now it depends on what you prefer. A happy mixture of both is rather useful, so I'm gonna grab the damage one. I also grabbed the Orion K part because I've got now after I grab this I'd have two of them. I only need to find one more to get the last one. So it does give you random bits as well. I ended up getting both laser assignments, which is perfect for me. So I'm quite happy with that. So woohoo. Oh, so we got another priority mission coming up. So priority missions are ones for the actual main storyline. Otherwise, you can just do missions around wherever. But I've got to talk to this guy to get my mechs repaired. So I got to repair, which will take a day for him and a day. Yeah, so not too much repairs required there, which is always a nice thing. Because when you got a lot of repairs that has to be done, it kind of sucks. Admittedly, this catapult I'm gonna chuck into storage because it's got a lot less armor. I mean, that dragon has a lot of armor, which I think I might switch out the builds there, give it a bit more. But in saying that, the range on that's fucking phenomenal. Compared to that, we have to get in really close. So I think I might just start dropping this one because it has a lot more armament. So I'm gonna strip this catapult and chuck it in storage. Um, so, so I'm gonna chuck it in storage. Now, as you can see, like I've got a battle master. I've got two out of the three parts, so I don't actually have a lot until I need like how much more I need, and then I can create it. But there are a few mechs around here that I want. The Atlas being the key one. I've only got one of the parts that are for it. I've got like a few for the awesome and stuff. So I've got a few mechs on its way, but sadly I don't have them just yet. So it is what it is though. Like you can gather parts throughout missions and stuff. Like I got a few locusts, but they're not going to do anything for me. They're quite weak. Um, so as I said, like you can grab these. It does 45 damage. So it does depend on what you prefer. Like this planet's 10% increase because I'm neutral with them instead of anything else. So it does cost me more to buy from the Tauran Republic over anything else, but I can sell the mechs that I have as well. I can sell the catapult if I really want to, but I'm gonna keep it for now. Um, so you can also take your contracts, which is here. Um, but otherwise you got other ones on foiled. So I've got this one, which is recovery. Um, so you got that. You've also got destroy a base, which I can also do, which gives me 7 million, where that only gives me 3 million maximum. So it's not overly worth. Like when you look at the money, you gotta weigh up which one's worth it. This one seems to be a bit more worth it, but it has a bit more of a challenge involved. Whereas like the War Council and stuff. So I've got 33 days to travel there, but I don't get a lot of money for it. So it does depend. I'm gonna have a look in the barracks for a quick tick because like you do get experience for each mission. I always go through and double check that I can't upgrade. Paradise is one that I don't play a lot with, but I've also got my character itself, which I got to upgrade. So the more you upgrade gunnery, is the more damage it does. So for him sitting in the Highlander, it's very useful for him to have. Um, whereas Behemoth has it as well. But I try to keep everything around the same level anyway. So a few more here and there, and I tend to go for gunnery over everything else. He came with more piloting points than anything else, which is always nice. You can hire more mercenaries as you go, as you can see here. Um, so it doesn't matter really. Admittedly, um, it does depend on where you come from. So he's got Bulwark, which is nice. So the ones I've got, the standard, they're pretty much standard mech warriors. Nothing overly special about them. I mean, I got them all from the same planet, which is nice. Sadly, the only guy I can customize is myself, and I'm quite happy with how way he looks. Um, but music's the only one I got at a really late stage, and I'm not particularly happy with her, so I am kind of going to dismiss her because I really want her around. I'm pretty sure she was in one of the original ones. So she's been with me for a while, but she's not the one that I want to keep. I'm going to dismiss them because every month I go through in the game, I have to pay them a wage, even if I don't take them on missions. So if I'm not taking them on missions, I'd rather not have to pay for them. So I've got those happening right now. So for the next, I can just play it and it'll skip the days, so it'll get those done like that. But like what I want to do, like I don't want to get him just yet. Um, Defenders capable through Bulwark. Um, so they're not bad. They do give you a bit of description on each one, personalities and stuff like that. But I'm not after Bear Claw. He's alright, but the base salary is 26,000 a month. A little pricey for me. I've already got some mech warriors that are pretty pricey, like 48,000 a month, 46,000. You know, they're expensive, but they're higher level, and I'd have to lance them up if I wanted to. The good thing about having them is when one of your lance mates gets sick or, you know, injured in a contract, you have some backup. So I'm going to do the stop the signal one. So I can choose if I want the full payout, I can get the full payout, but if I want more salvage, I can choose more salvage over money. I typically try to go for a healthy balance, that way I get plenty of each. You typically get a bit more money anyway when you complete all of the challenges and the missions. So, I'd rather Medusa over Paradise any day, but because I prefer him being in the catapult. But you know, I'm gonna switch out the dragons. Hopefully that one does a bit more in survivability. This one does have a bit more firepower to it, but the heat efficiency is a lot lower, and its range is horseshit. So try to keep the range and everything relatively simple. I do find it entertaining how the average range on this is fairly small, but that's because of all the small and medium lasers over the PVCs. But we will get deployed now, and I'll keep myself in the Highlander. Thank you. Alright, let's go. See, the last mission I did have a little bit of insight into the mission itself because I already failed it. Um, this one I'm going in fresh. I have never done this mission before. So, this will be a bit more interesting for me. I knew where the enemy mechs were going to come from last round, but this time I have no clue whatsoever. It does make it a bit more interesting. The loading screens are relatively basic, but it's very well presented. It's quite a pretty game, but it doesn't go insane with graphics. As you guys can see, the graphics in it are quite mediocre, but they could involve a bit more. But considering this has been the first Battletech game in a very long time, I'm not surprised that they didn't go all out on all the different stops. So they're just kind of testing the waters a little bit. I got a lot of objectives by the look of it. That looks shady as fuck. Be wary of the fences. Critical for Davian. There may be several patrols in the area. So I've got a lot of things I need to destroy, and probably be a fair amount of resistance for me. So let's see how we go. I'll move the Highlander out first, as per usual. Hopefully try and get him down a bit more, a bit further than the rest. But I'll try and keep everybody close by as well. So I've already got enemy contact, which is good. So I'll move everybody in, and it's a 50-ton mech, so it's nothing too extreme, but enemy mechs are enemy mechs. It honestly depends on how long it takes for me to down them. It also, I've got a 40-ton mech over there I didn't know about. Another 55-ton mech, so that's probably going to be a Shadowhawk. The 50-ton was going to be a Hunchback, and it's a very laser-built one. So you can do precision strikes. Admittedly, you do need more precise shooting. You need a bit of incentive, more or less, to do so. And hello, Chris, how are you? Thank you for watching. So I'm going to move him a bit forward, and hopefully get. I don't really want to keep him in the laser line, so I'm just going to hit him with LRMs for now. I can hit him with the 5, so I'm going to poke you. Shot him in the leg. Of course it did. Let's do that. So yeah, I'm going to pick on him fairly hard, very quickly, because you see those points there? That's like 7 to 8 fucking lasers in one, and that's never fun to deal with. So you typically want to down them fairly quickly. And good to know that you have a steak for dinner, and you're making me hungry, so you rat wanker. So he's going to start backing off, because he's got fairly amount of damage done, so I took his armor off his arm, and every one of my teams hit him. So he's unsteady as fuck, so if I knock him, he will fall right the hell over. Ah, Cicada. Interesting choice of mech. Not a lot of armament, but can still deal out a fair amount of damage depending on how it runs. Now the other 55 gets the move. As I called it, Shadowhawk. Running, I think, an AC5. And they're all shooting the catapult. There aren't 3 other mechs that you could be shooting right now. God damn it. Paradise, do not taunt the enemy, because they will fuck your shit up. These mercenaries are fairly chatty. It's like an instructional video. Not really, but there's not really a lot to be said about the game whilst you're playing it. There's not really a lot of reactions you can do to this. It's, oh shit, I got shot. So, he does not have a lot of armor there. Useful? Yeah, might as well hit him again. You're gonna need to cool down after this fire. Alright, I already blew off an arm. No, Chris, I'm not. There is nobody else in this game. This is a single player. So, oh jeez. So, you wanna, you for B, you for A. B. Okay. Not a bad spread there. Damn. That did a lot of damage. I know that it's a assault mech, but shit. Cicada is moving. I'm not surprised he decided to take a shot at the Highlander. But he only has one operating weapon now, which is useful. Thank Christ. Ah, the Hunchback. I almost forgot about him. Not gonna lie. Yeah, that's surprising. I thought he would shoot more. Okay. So I'm gonna leave them alone. Start focusing on him a little bit. So I'm gonna move you. Alright. So as you can see, he's got a lot of medium lasers. It's all sitting in that shoulder there. I have the 50% chance of hitting it, and if I do hit it, it takes a lot of damage. So hopefully, hit practically everything but that shoulder. You destroyed the wrong side of the mech, you stupid wanker. Go back up. I was about to say, is there another mech coming into the fight? Let's wipe this one out, shall we? Alright. Anything that thing has left is a center torso and a leg. And a dead pilot, so the mech is down. Yeah, I'm not gonna fire that. I'm gonna do the multi-target system again. So I'm gonna shoot you. No, not over there. You. Fair enough. Do a lot of damage. And he's fallen over. Perfect. Which is good. Enemy mechs falling over, surprisingly enough, actually gives my characters incentive, or I think it's uh, resolve or something like that, which is really useful because it allows me to do special things like yeah, so resolve. So you see that precision strike that costs resolve. So I'm gonna do a multi-target here again. So I'm gonna use a quick draw and I'll use a multi-target. 1 and 2. I'm gonna shoot B with the lasers apparently. And that seems fit. This is gonna hit more there, which is useful. God damn, that Shadowhawk is taking a lot of punishment. And now. Who would have an erection right now? Let's not shoot those. And it's knocked down again. Okay. So that's all the enemy pilots destroyed that I know of. There could be more. I have no clue, so this could be interesting. But now I'm going to move into the base and destroy everything else. Yep, there it is. Enemy contacts. So, yep. Careful, I might be caught in ambush. Alright. Oh shit, that's a standard shredder target. Oh dear. Where are the enemy reinforcements? Oh, they're all the way over there. Okay. that means nothing to me. Standard Shredder isn't very strong, but it'll do a decent amount of damage. Shredder, can you take it out? No, but you can do a bit of damage. Alright, let's do a 105. That's 100. God dang it. So that's 40, 65, 90. So I can do that much to that one. So I'll do this. Okay, so Paradise actually has the best shot out of everybody because he's running PPCs. Sadly, he doesn't have multi-target though, which is a pain in the ass. Um, so rude. Okay, so that's what you can. So I don't really want to be using them on, 11 health because they do 50 damage each. So I'm gonna use it on that. Alright, so that's good. Jesus Christ, dude. Okay, enjoy your bloody steak, you wanker. Jesus Christ, dude. Okay. See, this guy has a multi-target system, but again, the weaponry on him is not something I want to be using on, you know, it's 75 damage to the turret with him alone, just shooting it with one of his weapons, let alone both. So 60 times 4 will do that, and that'll do that. So I'm actually going to switch it up. I'm going to multi-target. Have that as A, that as B, set that to A, set that to B, and shoot. That'll be 2 deaths. There goes the second building. And that's 1 dead turret. I have a lot of LRM ammo, it's why I don't mind using that a bit. The Gauss Rifle ammo I have a limited amount of, so I don't want to be using it too much. Now, the enemies are moving up. Now, I only need to destroy 4 buildings and leave if I want to. I can destroy more if I really want, but outside of that, I don't have to. So, I want to see what's going on around there, so I'm going to get them to move in a little bit of weird spots. So, there we go, enemy contact. What am I looking at? Okay, so what do we got? Ah, so they're moving over to that side. Alright, that's fine, because most of my mechs are over there. I just don't want them sneaking around this side. Alright, so what do we got? 100? Alright, so let's move you to there, and let's see what you can see. Let's speed that up a little bit. That's going to take a while. Alright, so I got a fairly good view up here. I got a 45 ton mech coming from that side. So I'm going to move the dragon over there. I'm not going to do a lot of damage, but it'll do some. Yeah, sadly you're going to have to brace until I get a move. There we go. I'm going to move to there with the Highlander, because the Highlander can fend off that 45 ton by itself, easy. But I do want to try and get some of this damage dealt. Let's do it to that one. Quite close. No cigar, but quite close. Surprise, there's only one mech. I'm pretty sure there's more. Bingo, Vindicator. Nice class mech. Let's do multi-target, shall we? Set that as A, set that as B. Shoot B, shoot B, shoot B, shoot A, shoot B. That's gone. And that's gone. Where is the LZ? Ah, it's through the Vindicator. That does not surprise me. He really just wants to shoot someone. Oh, we have a sniper turret over there. That's not a particularly good thing, but it's alright. I will make do. See, again, because they're a lighter weight class, they get to move first and shoot first, etc. It would help if they were better aims, though. Yeah, you seem to be pretty dog shit. Oh, there's 3 mechs there now. Oh, Jesus Christ. They're multiplying. What tonnage? 50. See, sometimes the actual like weight of a lot of the mechs isn't overly high. It's just there's a lot of them. That's where the most of the pain in the ass comes from. Probably the best way to put it. You got to deal with all them. I can kill them all, and that'll probably end the mission there and there. But it also might need for me to get to the evac point as well. So I am just gonna keep alphaing the enemies because it seems to be working. The heat's not too bad. I can kind of keep it under control. I'm just hoping to kill them before anything bad happens. Because they're all in medium mechs, but this will be what 6 medium mechs I've had to put down in this mission. Roundabout. So I always tend to focus one first and just eliminate that and move on. If I can. I typically don't like to spend the damage too much, but sometimes it's unavoidable. Sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and make them sprint to places to get better vantage points, and then you can use them in the next few rounds. So, it you gotta kind of win some and lose some to get what you need. I'm happy that I didn't waste all my Gauss ammo now. Great. Shooting my mech in the back. And don't be melodramatic. Not a very smart build to be putting on a Griffin. Not a lot of damage and very little hit rate. Yeah, another one. Or at least another friend of his. The Enforcers, like the Dragons, have a lot of armor for its weight. Does make it a bit more interesting, but should be pretty okay. With the quick draw, hopefully out of the range of those snipers. Sadly, it puts him in straight in firing range of these two. But as I said earlier, you gotta win some and lose some. So move other mechs to higher ground to get better advantage points on them. You'll be fine. And sometimes the characters can tend to get a bit melodramatic, but you work with it. That's all for it. That's not nice. This will allow me to destroy that turret at least. I should have known there were more turrets lying around there. That's just a stupid move on my state. That's just my own stupidity and ignorance, so whoops. Perfect. You can press the spacebar, it does tend to speed them up a little bit. Don't have to if you don't want to. I enjoy doing it sometimes just because it makes it a bit easier. But and it makes the end of missions go a bit faster, so but up to you entirely. Done. As I said, some contracts are easy, some aren't, and they do tend to take a while, so you gotta make do with what you've got. So sadly, I'm not gonna get a lot of mech scrap from that I want, because I didn't fight anything above 55 tons. So, but as I said, you do get more money for completing other contracts, such as or enemies in the garrison. So if I didn't destroy any of the mechs, I just got the facilities and got out, then it wouldn't have counted. But they took the leg armor. Oh, they actually knew we blew off that leg entirely. That is not nice. But nobody got injured, so nobody's sending days in the mech bay, which is always nice. You don't want to be sending your guys to the mech bay because it puts them out for a while. You know what I mean? Again, like, the only thing of value really to me there is this. Always having, like, weapons plus is very useful. But I can also build myself another Shadowhawk if I wanted to. But I'm going to take one of the pieces and hoping... Sadly, it didn't give me another one, but it gave me a piece for a Cicada. Now, they're not bad mechs. They're good for lower tier missions, such as assassinations or convoy escorts. You need a bit of speed, depending on how fast the convoy is, of course. So, the store sadly doesn't change all that much. I mean, I can get those if I wanted to, but it had 75 damage and stuff, so it's not really overly worth it. Um, like with the mech bay, you can also just, you don't need to just repair the mechs as well. You can actually change the weapons so you can refit it. Now, remember earlier I got the extra laser, so I've got the lasers there. So see what I mean? Plus 2, plus 3, plus 3. Now if I put another one of these plus 3s on there, or plus 2s, so I've got the I got the crit and the damage. See how it's nice and spread? Keeps it nice and balanced, which makes it a bit more viable in a fight. The crits are good because as you saw with the Orion 2C in a few matches ago, it does crit and destroy components inside the enemy mech. So this mech here is my heavy hitter, like my real heavy hitter, so it does a lot of damage. Sadly, it's very close range. And now when I built this, I wasn't really thinking about the amount of armor. As you can see, it's quite weak in that department. So I took it all off, and I worked myself around it. Like the gyro itself, I think, oh no, the gyro is not worth any tons. So, like if I put these all up, this would become a much more viable mech. At least in a fight anyway, because it was being torn apart. As you can see, the tonnage for armor is quite significant. So I just leave it how it is because it's not a damage taker, it's a damage dealer. So it really does depend on how you prefer to play. I like the AC-20 on it just because it doesn't need it, but it's nice to have it on there. I could always put it on the catapult and rework the catapult's armament to do something else. As you see here, it's also quite weakly armored, which I might actually change. So because I've got these lasers here, alright, so I'm going to take off the small lasers, which give me a few tons. Also going to take off the medium lasers for now. I'm going to replace them with increased damage ones, so that'll keep the damage up. Hopefully, sadly, I'm still losing a little bit, but it increases the range and the heat efficiency. So I don't have a lot of tonnage to work with for armor. I really don't want to be doing too much with it. I do want to be keeping it all relatively balanced as well. I do need a fair amount of center torso armor because it is quite weak in the center torso. So you can build it like this. You can take armor off the legs and spread it around if you prefer, or even armor off your back as well. So it really does depend on where you prefer to have your armor set. I'd rather it be set about like that. That can actually drop a few tons as well, because the back of my mechs rarely get shot, because I don't leave them available. So that takes 2 days. You gotta remove. It goes through a whole process, which I enjoy in the game. Keeps it a bit more realistic. So that takes work. It goes in the timeline for what I'm doing as well. So now I can look at the contracts again. That contract is still there, but I don't want to do it. It does not seem overly worth it to me. If I'm going to, I need my mechs to go in it with. So if I want to, I'll just give it a few days. Sadly, it does put you close. Like it is a punishment if you do use that close to your financial pay, which takes money out of that. The more you do that without doing anything, the less money you get, really. So you've got to balance it out. Um, I'm not overly good at balancing it out. I'm not gonna lie there. Um, as you can see there, I've got plenty of XP to share, so I can put something into this one. Now, she's typically sitting in a fairly strong mech, so she doesn't need a lot, but I need to bring him up a bit more to speed. So he's now balancing out a bit more. But she's the sharpshooter, which I'm honestly tempting on putting her inside of the catapult and him inside of um, the quick draw, because it's got a rage finder on it. Which, speaking of the rage finder, I was actually thinking of putting one on this, but I'm not sure if I have the armament for it. Yeah, I could. Um, not sure. Oh, I have a double heatsink, do I? Yeah, so I got a few double heatsinks lying around. Okay. So, but the heat efficiency on this is fine as it is. As you can see, it is very heavily armored. I could sacrifice a bit of armor off the back of things to fit other equipment on if I wanted to. There's nothing really else on this that I want to put on there, and most of the components that I want are taken up by something else. So that's fairly alright as it is. You can also check the store from here, which is really nice. But outside of that, the Highland is okay. Now you can actually even change your color scheme for your mechs. Mine is currently all black, which I'm thinking of changing. So I'm gonna. You'd have to change that every time you change it, so it is kind of frustrating. Um, but like it actively shows like what it does the mechs as well, which is I find to be a very nice feature. So like you can have shiny colors as well if you really want. I personally love that color, but like you want to have a nice design with it as well. So we have more of the accents in the blue and that in like the pure white. So if I save that now and I go back into the mech bay, it'll show up on my mechs, as you can see. No longer black, or blue, and white. So, admittedly, the only mech you can look at it on is an Atlas, which is a bit of a shame. You can't have a look at those there, but you can play around with it a little bit. Um, so you can have a bit of fun with this game. The customization options are pretty extensive, which is nice. Considering this is the first game they've made in a very long time, so they've done quite well with it, in my personal opinion. Um, like even that there, we can get like fluoro colors as well, which make it quite interesting. Hence the reason why it's called the accent, more or less. Sort of coming up as this is going to be fluoro. So you can make your colors as extensive as you want. We're going to go with a teal. Let's see what that looks like. It looks fucking ugly as shit on that. Oh god, no. I can't do that to my mechs. I really can't do that to them. Just cruel and not fair. Like you can make it like blood red as well. Like, the blood red doesn't look bad. But you do want to have the accents as a fairly distinct color. That'll look quite nice. I will say one thing, out of all those colors currently, I do prefer the white that I chose earlier. The blue. I enjoyed that look. I think it looks quite nice. I'm I do spend a fair amount of time just changing, customizing things, which is a shame for me, but I'm gonna do that mission anyway. Just not sure what it's gonna involve or what it's gonna entail, but I still want a 50-50 split. It doesn't cost you anything to do a mission, which is nice, but it can have other hindrances. See, now if you have a look at that dragon now, or the catapult anyway, it's got a lot more armament. It's up on par with the dragon in that now, so that's always useful. The cursed loading screens. They take forever and they do nothing for you. But at least it's loading in the mission. So, a scientist from the Davian conglomerate has turned industrial spy for a rival corporation for the Terrarians. She was privy to numerous industrial secrets that would have preferred not to fall into the competitor's hand. The Tehran leadership has offered to sell her back, but if we intend to use the false hope negotiations to buy you time to extract the scientists uh, through more proactive means. So I'm not sure if this is a hit and run or a hit and kill and move. So hopefully it's just a move in, destroy it, leave. It's a rogue scientist when you're making head for the Mark D vaccine. That's a lot. So I did not expect this map to be snowy, so happy coincidence there. Alright, so what are we looking at for contacts? Go to tier 3. We got a few heavy mechs. Alright, as I said, sometimes you'd rather just sprint them through if you can. That way they have extra cover as well. The tree lines and other stuff like that can keep your mechs, give your mechs extra armor and extra evasion like that. He has the high ground there, which gives him more of a percentage to hit, but because he's also apparently in some form of shrubbery, it does also make it harder for them to hit. And the enemy can't hit for shit, so that kind of helps too. And down he goes. Why do you want to salvage that? You killed it in like 3 shots, dude. That is not an effective mech. Ah, another hunchback. Oh, a griffin. Another bloody griffin. I'm not a hunch. That might be a shadow hawk. Because it's using missiles. Oh, it could be another griffin actually. Not sure. Have to find out. And down he goes. Whoop. And he's injured. Now it's their turn. Oh, he's running an AC-20. I'm kind of glad that he didn't take a shot there. Alright, position strike him right in that shoulder. Really? You're gonna punch a Highlander? Again, I really want that AC-20 destroyed, so I'm gonna get everybody to focus fire that. So not what I wanted him to do. Griffin's out of weapons, that's why he's punching me with no arm. Fair enough. I feel like I'm fighting a disabled individual right now. He's just punching me with no arms. Good job. Yep, that's a good statement. He is going down. Perfect. And he falls over too. I like making them fall over in this mission, apparently. No, he gets back up. That's an improvement. And he's trying to get past the catapult. Well, I'm gonna get those two mechs to curve stomp him, so. He's dead. Or incapacitated. I'm just gonna get all my mechs to punch the hunchback. Whoop! Down he goes. This is just getting cruel. It was a Shadow Hawk, I was right. Sweet. Well, good to know I was right at least. Alright, you wanna have that fight with it? Alright. Fire everything. Okay, for some reason you decided to do that backwards. And down he goes. This is weird, I thought this planet would have at least higher defenses. Nothing but medium mechs, but evidently not. So, oh well. Let's not waste ammunition if we can avoid it. We'll just use lasers here on out. Make this kill a lot more slow, but actually, it doesn't matter. Fuck it. Did he fall over again? Yep. Down he goes. God damn, this dude is not wanting to die quietly. Boom. And he's gone. The music just ended, which is kind of weird. Ah, really? That was gonna be a pick up and run if I didn't kill those mechs? Seriously? Alright, that mission was a little too easy. Alright, let's get that one built. Now SRMs, so the small lasers, to you really. Gives one to accuracy, so I'm gonna just. Wasn't any other. Oh, there's AC-20 ammo, I'll take that. Yeah, I have a bit of a griffin too. So, when I get back to the main menu, it will, well, my ship anyway, it will tell me that I have a, Shadow completed, which is good because it also gives me the armament for it as well, so more weapons. See, it's a jack of all trades. It's a pretty good mech. I actually even got a skin for it for getting the downloaded for pre-ordering, which is quite nice. Makes it a lot more bulky and a lot more spooky, as you can see. It's a nice little addition. Sadly, it's only on this mech though, which is a shame, but it doesn't do too bad. So, oh well. I mean, it gives me all this stuff anyway, so I don't mind it. Strip equipment, save it. And I'm just gonna put him in storage because I'm not intending on using any 55 tonners. I'm pretty sure I just completed this planet. Yeah, so this planet's done. Clean out the mercs. We're in a long-term system. We've been hired all well-guard mercenary units in the Third Suns. Officers. We've sent out a single lance. Oh. I mean, I don't think my armament's that strong. Sadly, I don't have a lot of mechs in that up in tonnage, which makes it such a pain in the ass. Let's have a look at the star map. That would take me there, which is a moderate population. Inosphere level, Inosphere manufacturing, mining, moderate population, Terran world. Look, we'll head there. Here's the contract, which is the. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's the same planet though. Is it really? I'm surprised. Alright, we'll head to this planet because they've got contracts for us. So, again, traveling to planets takes time. So, things like medical and financial stuff does go through. So, even traveling to planets can screw you. So, it's a shame, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Ouch. Alright, let's keep the building the same. It doesn't take away from anybody. Alright, so Solaris Championship. On the behalf of the barracks, requesting audience assembly in the round. Adds Paradise. Managed to pick up an official Holovid, is expecting a McRae to watch me get very drunk. No, let's extend it. Because that'll increase the morale. And increasing morale in this is actually really needed. Because it gives you certain bonuses. The only thing is some of the choices aren't that cut and dry, and you can get one person's favor, but gain another's dislike for you. So it does make it a bit of a bitch. I'm just hoping this planet has a decent mech that I can buy, or a part for one at least. Yeah, let's visit the store. Griffin and Urban Mech? Really? Best this planet has to offer. Cockpit mod. Should we upgrade it? Oh, yes. Um, that's a lot of money though. Oh, fuck it. I know what mech I'm chucking it on. I'm chucking it on the Highlander. I just gotta move the Goss armor out into there and put that into there. Alright, so that'll take a day or so. It's the only thing on the schedule, jackass. Go. Alright, let's look at the contracts. Okay. Alright, so my contracts aren't here, which is weird. Planet that I wanted me to go to, and now I'm here, and the contracts that I came here for are gone. I hate it when it does that. They don't. The contracts don't last as well, so. Favor to Greg. Commander seems to be a rough fight. Will be shields to block the head of the spear. Any support units do make a showing. Only engage through any goods. That's gonna hurt. I don't think I can take that right now, so I'm gonna skip it and I'm gonna go do the War Council because it's part of the campaign. So good to know that your steak was enjoyable. Sadly, traveling to this planet's gonna cost me again because I gotta go through 2 financial reports without doing a single bounty. Such a pain in the ass. But you know, you win some, you lose some. Like when you're traveling, you come across certain scenarios like this. While on Macro's lane, you get a message from the commander that tells you about Behemoth. It's not a good hire, to be blunt. She's a thief, backstabber, and a common and me leave her on a station instead of booting her out of the airlock. I finally fired her ass. Be careful with your crew. Mind the mech warrior with a bad reputation can break down the rep of your. Now, Behemoth is actually one of my favorite ones, so I'm just gonna delete the message. Um, Last time I did that, it actually pissed her off. So the thing is, like, I'm kind of worried because that's the second time I've gotten that message. Now, if I'm getting that message multiple times, I think I kind of want to bring it up because I think she might actually, there might actually be a time where she steals from us or kills a fellow pilot or something. I'm not sure. It'll be interesting to see how it develops. She gets real butthurt if you bring it up. Yeah, thanks. fair amount of jumps happening. Jesus. Here we go. Good thing about the planets where you've got positive reputations, you get discounts. They also buy your mechs for more, so sell that for a fair amount of money. Get me back up. Now, as far as I know, the only contract on this planet is. No, fucking, I don't want to talk to Darius. Fuck off, Darius. Oh no! Holy shit! Yeah, I'd love to do those, but fuck, that's gonna hurt. Let's launch the contract. This is a cutscene, so. Now, he's a lying sack of shit. Ah, Mario, I summoned you here to discuss the long-term strategy. We have a crisis to address. You saw my uncle's broadcast. The Ostengrad did do. Oh no, god damn it. What is he still, soldiers still doing there? I'm honor bound to ride to their defense. Ooh, okay, so Taurus would have you dramatically outgunned, but chance breaking an army or two. Why the Darius fighting with the director? Do you have any concern? Commodore Ossengard wants to hurt us. He has to find us. The Reach is big place. Anyway, um, we fight against the Tatorians on Archer. We know what we're up against, so let's talk about how we're gonna win this. I don't agree with that. Not all. Ossengard bait you into attack. Oh god, this bitch is actually like smart. God damn it. Hmm. Ostengrad expects me to deploy my army against these forces, to lead the front, as I have done in our battles with the Directorate. If you convince me that this is a risk I cannot take, and if he expects me to come with the hammer, or use the scalpel instead, I can trust your company to do the task at the right. Yep. My company, alone against the Terran force, it'll be adventure, my lady. Do I have a choice? I'm gonna go do I have a choice, just to be a smartass. None of us do. The Taurans have taken the luxury away from us. You have my answers. God damn it. Your mercenaries have been one of your key advantages in this war. By doing this, you are putting them at grave risk, but if your heart is set on returning to Smith and Iron Powers to stop you. Instead, I will wish you good luck and take my leave. I'll be in touch when your agents know more. Please, Kamara, stay safe. I don't know if I can stabilize the Reach without you. I won't let Ostengard kill me, Anna. I promise. God damn it. Alright, let's have a look at the contract, shall we? It's not too bad. But I'll have to leave that for another time. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys have a good one.